Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome to my channel. My name is Andy. Today's video is going to be a full face of drugstore first impressions. I am so excited because I went to Walgreens and Walmart the other day and picked up a bunch of new products that I have never tried before. Some of these are new to the drugstore and some of them I've just never personally tried. I was super excited to find a brand that I had never seen in the drugstore before. I found it at Walmart and so I'm super excited to try some of their products. So anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and let's just get into the video. So starting off with primer, this is one of the products that I found from a brand new brand. This is the Found Cosmetics Color Correcting Face Primer, and I saw this brand in Walmart. I don't know why it has this little sticker on it, but I just was really intrigued because their packaging looked really cute and I'd never seen them in Walmart before, and so I got a couple of their products and this is one of them. So my first impression of it, it feels really thick, almost clay-like. Oh dear, that smells really bad. That smells like a toilet or something. It smells like diapers. That is horrible. The smell kind of goes away once you like smear it onto your face, but initially it smells real bad. So the next product that I'm going to be trying out is from that same Found Cosmetics brand, and it is their Nourishing Liquid Foundation. It says it's made with raspberry oil, which sounds cute. I don't know if that's actually like a thing, but it sounds cute. And I have the shade 130 Light Medium. I have no idea if this is going to match me, but it is the one that I picked up. So this is what it looks like. It's not runny at all. It's kind of a more stiff foundation. So I applied my foundation and I'm kind of thinking that I might be disappointed with this foundation too, because it's really kind of patchy and it doesn't give very much coverage. Like, it's really thick, so you would expect it to give quite a bit of coverage, and it kind of didn't. I don't know if you guys can tell, but you can still kind of see a lot of my freckles and a lot of my acne, and so I'm just kind of not so sure about this new drugstore brand because I don't think I really liked either of the products that I just tried from them. Hopefully I can try out some more of their products and maybe have a different opinion, but as far as this foundation goes, don't think I'm a fan. So moving on to concealer, I actually haven't even taken this out of the package yet. This is the Milani Retouch and Erase Concealer, and I am in the shade 2 Light. And I have heard quite a bit about this concealer, but I have never tried it, and so I just decided to pick it up. It comes with this little sponge tip on the end, kind of like the Maybelline Dark Circle Eraser is what it reminded me of. And then it has a little hole at the top, and that's what you use to apply it. It is a little strange trying to get the product out. I don't know if that'll get easier as you use it more, but it is a little bit weird. So I am thinking that I do like this concealer as far as coverage goes. I think that it covers pretty well and it looks pretty nice underneath my eyes. However, it was a little bit more difficult to blend than I would prefer, but that's not a huge deal, and so I think I'm going to like it. I haven't seen if it creases or anything like that, but I'm liking it so far. Next product that I wanted to try out is the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder, and I have seen this everywhere for so long. There are so many people that love this powder and have loved it for such a long time, but I've never tried it, and so I decided to just try it out, and I got the shade Transparent because I wanted it to match me. It is pouring rain, you guys. Trent, is that window open? So I'm just going to go ahead and take some of this and apply it with my beauty blender because I forgot to bring a powder brush, so I'm just going to use my beauty blender. And I'm actually just going to set underneath my eyes with that because I am using a cream bronzer in a second, so I'm not going to set my entire face. So I actually think that I might really like this powder. It made my skin look so smooth, like it almost like hid the pores that I have right here, which are like my main problem with my skin are my pores, and so I think I really like this powder so far. So next, going in with a cream bronzer, this is the Wet n Wild Mega Cushion Contour, and it is in the shade Café au Slay. I don't know. But I've seen this in stores quite a few times and I've never gotten it because I was just kind of weirded out by it because it's like in this cushion thing and it's like a cushion and I'm just kind of weirded out by it. I'm scared that it's gonna be messy and so I'm a little bit nervous, but I really wanted to try it out and so I am going to just use my beauty blender for this, I think. I don't know what else I would use, so that's what I'm gonna use. So I'm just gonna kind of put this in the places that I normally put cream bronzer and then just kind of blend it out. So this isn't like super pigmented, which is a very good thing because I was a little bit scared that it was going to be like super pigmented and kind of a mess, but it isn't seeming that way. It blends out really well, so it's not super like in your face, hard to blend. So I went ahead and set the rest of my face with that same Rimmel powder, and so now I'm going to be going into this Flower Beauty Lift and Sculpt contouring palette, and this comes with a bronzer, a blush, and a highlighter, and so I really wanted to try it out because I really haven't tried very much out from Flower Beauty. It is a Walmart brand that is associated with Drew Barrymore, I believe. I might be wrong on that one, but I haven't tried very much out from them, and I love their packaging. It's just so pretty and like just girly and cute. I just really like it, and so I'm going to go ahead and use the bronzer shade. I actually think that I might really like this bronzing shade right here because although it was a little bit too pigmented at first, it actually blended out really well, and I think that it looks really nice on the skin. It's kind of the perfect shade where it's not too warm or too cool, at least for my skin tone, and so this might be a new favorite depending on what I feel like later. So moving on to blush, we are going to use that exact same palette and just this shade right here, which looks like a really pretty, just kind of light pink. And so I'm just going to tap that onto my cheeks. This blush is also very pigmented. I think that that's just kind of a theme with this palette, is that everything is kind of very pigmented. The blush is also super beautiful and it also blended really well, and so I'm loving this palette so far and I'm super excited to now go into this highlighter because this looks like an absolutely beautiful highlighter. It's like a really pretty champagne-y gold, and those are my favorite type of highlighters, and so we are just going to go ahead and highlight our face with that. Oh dear, I think I applied a little bit too much. So this highlighter is also super pretty. I love the color of it and it's really intense. It gives a nice wet highlight. However, it was a little bit more difficult to blend. I am having to go in with my beauty blender and just make sure that it looks kind of cohesive with the rest of the face, because it felt like when I put it there, it kind of stayed there. And maybe I just didn't put enough powder on that area of my face or something. But it looks fine once I'm now blending it out with my beauty blender. And so overall, I'm thinking that this little Flower Beauty Sculpt and Highlight palette is really good. I'm going to keep trying it out, but I am super excited about this. So now we are done with the face and we're going to be moving on to the eyes, and the palette that I have to try out I'm so excited about. It is one of the little Milani palettes, and this is in the shade Must Have Metallics. And I saw this in Walmart and I could not resist it. I have opened this and swatched it, just so y'all know, that's why it's a little bit dirty. But these shades look so freaking pretty. It also comes with this little brush right here. Usually I just throw out the little brushes that things give you in the palette, but this one actually doesn't look to be too bad. It has like a nice flat shader brush on this end, and then more of like a precise crease brush on this side. So I think I might try it out with some of the shades, but I'm first going to go in with a couple of matte shades from a different palette, just so that we have a little something to work with, because the only matte shade that this palette comes with is this black one, and I'm not going to go straight up in with a black. So I'm going to go ahead and go off camera and do a little bit of crease action, and then I will be right back to try out these eyeshadows. So I just went ahead and blended a couple of mid-tone browns into my crease like I always do. And so now I'm just going to crack into this palette. I think I am first going to take this shade right here because you know this is my favorite kind of shade. It's a beautiful bronzy gold and I can't resist those. So I think that I'm going to just put this on the inner part of my lid. I'm going to use the little brush that they gave me and I'm just going to use the flat shader side. So this shade does give a whole lot of kickback and a little bit of fallout, which I was kind of expecting considering it's like a hyper pigmented glitter type shade. But just be aware of that. You might want to use a glitter glue or maybe an eyelid primer before you use this shade. So yeah, I am not in focus at all. So I don't know if I was in focus for like the past minute and a half. So if I wasn't, super sorry. But anyways, that shade definitely works a little bit better with a setting spray. This shade right here, I think it's just a little bit too glittery to be by its own. And so I think that if you do end up getting this palette, definitely use this with either a glitter glue or a setting spray. So now with that same brush, I'm just gonna go into this second shade right here. It's more of a reddish tone. That is also a super, super pretty shade. It's kind of a like coppery gold shade. And then I'm going to flip this brush over to the more rounded side and I'm just going to kind of try to blend those two shades together a little bit. Now on a different brush, I'm going to go into this deep red shade right here and I'm just going to apply that to the outer part of my eye. So now on that same brush, because I don't have another one, I'm just going to go into this matte black and I'm going to apply that pretty much just in my outer V to see if it is a pigmented black. So that black kind of turned it into a totally different look, but it is a pretty pigmented black. I wouldn't say it's the most blendable. I felt like it kind of made things look a little bit muddy, but every other shade that I've tried in this palette, I think that I love. Now I'm just gonna go in with this little itty bitty cute brush and I'm going to go into this first shade right here and highlight my inner corner. So yeah, I think that I really love this little palette. I did notice there is a lot of fallout on my face. I am going to go ahead and go brush that off. So just be wary of that. If you do get this particular palette, I would suggest doing your eyes first and then your face so that it doesn't kind of mess up your makeup. However, I think that the eyeshadows were really, really good. They're absolutely beautiful and I think the quality is really nice and they're very, very metallic, which is I think what you expect when you get one called Must Have Metallics. So I'm really excited to start using this as we get into fall, as I've said 500 times, because it has some really pretty cranberry shades and I think that I'm going to love this. So this one is a hit for me. Now I'm just going to go ahead and apply some winged liner off camera because I don't have a new liquid eyeliner to share with you guys, so I'm just going to do that really quick and then we're going to finish up the eyes. Alright, so I went ahead and applied a wing and now we're going to be trying out a new mascara and this is the Wet n Wild Get the Skinny mascara and I got the shade black. And this one kind of intrigued me because the wand is so tiny. Like I know it says Get the Skinny, it's a skinny wand, at least it looks like it is. And so I'm super intrigued by it because I've never like used a mascara with like a super skinny wand. So if I can ever get it out of the package, we're gonna try it out. So this is the wand. It is indeed very skinny. So I've already curled my eyelashes and I'm just going to go ahead and apply some of this mascara. It's kind of weird how it's kind of tugging on my eyelid. Like it doesn't smoothly glide up the lashes, it kind of yanks them. Oh, I just got that in my hair. So I'm not sure exactly how I feel about this mascara. I do think that even though they wanted to make the wand skinny, they could have made the actual, this part of it a little bit thicker because it kind of is really flimsy. Like when you put it on your lashes, it doesn't just smoothly glide up them, it kind of yanks it, and I think that if this was a little bit thicker, it wouldn't do that. But I do think that it did a pretty good job at kind of making my lashes look a little bit more volumized. I don't think it really did any sort of lengthening, but it did make them look more volumized. I don't think it's my favorite mascara in the world, but it's alright. So the last product that we're going to be trying out is probably the thing I'm the most excited about, and this is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Stirred, and this just looks like such a beautiful vampy red, and so I'm super excited to try this out, and I've never tried this particular formula from them. I don't really have a lot of L'Oreal lipsticks in general, and oh, that's like a blood red. So that is all of the new products that I had to test out. I think my favorite thing from this haul was definitely this eyeshadow palette. It is so pretty and I'm so excited to continue working with it. I also really like this lipstick formula. My least favorite thing was definitely this primer from Found Cosmetics or Found Beauty. It just smells so bad. Like I can't get over the smell. I can't use a product on my face that smells like baby diapers. Anyways, that is it for today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.